We begin tonight with Tom Dupree, constitutional law attorney, served as Deputy Assistant Attorney General under George W. Bush. Welcome back. Also, Mark McKinnon, political advisor, creator, executive producer, co-host of Showtime's real-time political documentary series, The Circus. Longtime fan, Mark, in radio they would say, longtime listener, first-time caller. We're glad to have you. Thank you. If you don't mind, I'm going to start with Tom, though, to get the law on this. Am I right to say, or am I going too far, judges are just another form of politicians?
Too far. Too far in my view. Look, I agree that some judges are political. I agree that judges, particularly nowadays, often stray into political waters, but I wouldn't go so far as to say they're political actors. Call me overly idealistic, but I subscribe to what the Chief Justice said, where he said, we don't have Republican judges, we don't have Democrat judges, we have all judges who are doing their God-given best to apply the law and the Constitution the best way they see fit. Do they get it wrong? Yeah, they get it wrong a lot, but I wouldn't go so far as to say they're just an extension of Congress.
All right, fair enough. They have, in some ways, more power because they can actually tell the president. No, Mark, get you on this. This is Trump's allies effectively defending Donald Trump, not necessarily on the law when it comes to deporting Venezuelan gang members, but on the politics. Take a listen.
These are some depraved, degenerate criminals that are here preying on innocent people.
They are no different than ISIS in the way that they rape, torture, kill, maim their victims.
This was one of the most successful counterterrorism operations in American history.
So if we go outside Washington, which is 48 square miles or 68 square miles surrounded by reality, to reality, Donald Trump's winning the political argument on that. Does the law really matter?
Well, good point. I mean, the fact is that Donald Trump is testing the limits of executive authority across the board to see just how far he can push it. And the best place to test that ultimately is on a policy that the American people support. And that across the board, Democrats, Independents, and Republicans support the action. But Judge Roberts, by the way, it should be a hero to everybody. He is simply supporting the law, and that's what this is all about. This is what we call in Major League Baseball a brushback pitch from the Supreme Court of the United States and the Chief Justice. And nobody has ever accused Justice Roberts of being a friend of liberals or the left. So, listen, I mean, he took it as far as he could. He's saying, listen.
Mark, forgive me for interrupting you. Brushback pitch. Baseball is not my support. What does that mean? Okay,
well, when a batter starts crowding the box, then a pitcher will throw a pitch at the batter to get him to back away from the plate, saying you're too far into territory. This is my territory. So Roberts is saying back off. It's a brushback pitch saying you need to back up, back away from the plate. This is my territory. Sorry about the baseball metaphor, but I think it's
hey, look, even Dupree got it. I'm the odd guy out who didn't understand the joke. You got Dupree to laugh, which is hard. This, Tom, is from AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's now become sort of the spirit animal, if you will, of the Democratic Party. In fact, she is #1 in the polls of who best embodies Democratic core values. 2023, talking about a Supreme Court order blocking Joe Biden.
I believe that the Biden administration should ignore this ruling, and it is up to the Biden administration to choose whether or not to enforce such a ruling.
The hypocrisy is evident. It goes without saying. Look, the fact is when the federal courts were blocking the Biden administration from doing all sorts of crazy, extreme things, you did have people out there who basically said, hey, it's just a single federal judge. They don't have the power to overrule the president, just defy the order. Now the shoe is on the other foot, and they're, denigrating Trump for his alleged disregard of law. Look, I mean, the fact is that it is well settled in American history. You have presidents who try to wield their executive power with authority aggressively in a muscular fashion, just as Trump is doing here, and you have federal judges who don't like it. Either politically they don't like it, they think it's unlawful, whatever the reason, and they try to stop it. There's always been that tension in our history.
Yeah, Mark, to that point, though, from a political side, so long as Trump is winning the political argument and doing things that are popular, and you've got Democrats in the position of having to argue, we don't want gang members and MS-13 leaders deported. He's got an awful lot of latitude, does he not?
Sure he does, but ultimately this will go to the courts, and the courts will decide if the laws dictate what's right and what's wrong. And as Tom was alluding to, what we don't want is a this to get so political that when the Democrats get in, they start talking about impeaching judges. Listen, a big part of the reason that Donald Trump was elected was to stop the judicial abuse of Joe Biden, not imitate it. Now he's just imitating it.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.